Alright guys, welcome back to part 3 of this series. And one thing I forgot to do, I should have done while I had everything cleaned, or even before I cleaned it, was I meant to go back and grind this smooth around here where it, where that drum, where the rotor meets to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a paper towel inside here and just take my flat disc and just go around it and try not to get anything inside. Just do the best we can. And what I'll do is take some masking tape and just run over the top of it. It should keep any foreign objects out of that thing, maybe. We'll take this back off. You see it got, well, that's a lot of dirt around this, but that ain't that critical. We just want this to be as flat as we can get. It looks like there's been some damage right here. It's gotten cracked or chipped off. I can see the grooves where it's supposed to be, but this really ain't gonna hurt nothing. It just don't look good. Alright, so now we are ready to get our rotor. And we're ready to set our rotor down on top of it, like that. Now the splines are in the hub. The rotor does not have splines in it. So we just line it up. And I also went ahead and purchased some new studs just to make it a clean install. They're only like $2 a piece. So you can see the top of these have no splines, and the splines are in the bottom. So I'm going to drop them in there. And I'm sorry the camera can't get up high enough to see what I'm doing here, but what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of set them right now, and I'm going to take them in there and put them on a press and finish pressing them. And this will just help keep everything together. I'll just drive these down as good as I can. I want to go opposite each other. Now that didn't drive them all the way in, that just set it where to stay together. And what I'll do now is I'll take it and put it on the press out there in the other building and use this to drive them on home. Alright guys, so got it set up on the press, and it's not the best thing I ever seen. I need to get me some different size plates because this one just don't quite center it very good, but I've been able to just catch it right in the side there. This bottle jack on this press ain't the best in the world either. thing's already leaking out the seals. Don't use this thing very often, and this jack's about shot. But there's one. I already got two in. Now I'll swap around and get this one right here. And just hear this thing leaking by. Alright guys, well I guess that's going to do it for today. I've still got to finish painting the back plate. All I got to do right now is go paint the back side, and it should be ready to install tomorrow. So we'll come back tomorrow and finish putting this thing on. Alright guys, I think I wasn't going to pull this spindle off, but I think I am now, because it brought my attention that there's a bearing inside this, somewhere in this spindle, I think. And I told y'all wrong in that other part 2. You do not have to pull this whole knuckle out to get the half shaft out. All you have to do is pull the spindle off. So we'll see how hard it's going to be to get out. I may have to drive something behind it. I'm going to have to drive something behind that thing to get it to bust free. Probably move. Do that, we're going to break our screwdriver. This is a good craftsman too. I hate breaking my screwdrivers. That's got on part. Let's see. Put some damn heat on it or something. Oh, this thing rusty, just from sitting. I can imagine doing this stuff twice. I almost want to take a block of wood and put up against this and hit it. Let's try that. See if we can't break it loose. Wood, not that big a deal to hit it with.
Sweet sun pouring down in the strawberry sky. Tall grass dancing down by the St. John's riverside. And I can see Maggie running through the fields full of wild. A free spirit living a beloved life. I've been daydreaming about the South, appreciating those days. Growing up in Madeline, a blessed world in the southeast. I remember running barefoot well aware of sand spurs, sitting on the park bench working on guitar
Almost got it, boys. Almost got it. And that only took 20 minutes. Alright, so I was thinking they were roller bearings, but they're actually needle bearings. See in here, you got needle bearings. Now these don't look in bad shape, and they actually still got grease on them. There's also a seal in here. I'm gonna clean this spindle up good and get rid of that rust before we stick it back on here, but I want to also take my wire brush on my grinder and clean this rust up and paint this. There's a seal right here is a grease seal, and this one's broke. So I guess there will be a part 4 because I'm gonna have to order parts. This seal ain't in good shape, so we can get it off. We got one here. This is maybe part of that seal. I don't know. Get rid of this grease right here. And actually, you know, other than this thing being rusty, I believe we would have got by just fine without doing all this. But you know, might as well get thorough. And I wanted to paint this anyway since I painted the back plate. And so, if we wanted to, we should be able to pull this half shaft out. It should come out, but we'll pull it out enough we can see this seal right here. Another washer. And that's it's got a bevel on the inside. The bevel goes to the U-joint. And this thing here, I believe, it sits on top of this piece right here. So just take something and take it off. Let's see. Put my little hammer back up. It should have a metal ring on it. At least I'm hoping this whole piece comes off. Oh shit, no it don't. Well, I think it does, but that's what I was trying to get off right there. This thing is pretty rotten. You can take this off, and I'll take it off and straighten it out. I just got to figure out how to get it off without beating it to death. I do remember that this does come off. We'll take it off and straighten it, and we're going to have to bend it to get it off and free. There you go. Now we should be able to pull this half shaft out of here. I'm pretty sure it does go through this opening. The problem is it's rusty though. Got a lot of rust in here, so do I really want to pull this half shaft out? I'd like to inspect these U-joints a little better, but there's no greasable zerk fittings on these U-joints. Got to get past this thing just slides in and out. There's no ring holding it in. There is a seal on the inside axle that you don't want to push out too much. I think it's on the inside of that axle tube towards the housing. I think we can put something right here and pop this right on out. everything looks dry, don't it? Alright. So just inspecting this joint. This joint feels good and tight. I don't feel any play whatsoever in it. So I'm not gonna fool with that. Because sure as hell I try to put one in, I'm gonna have a problem. Now I will take and grind this, get this rust off here. And we need to make sure we got good oil in that front differential because that thing sure does look dry. And going in, there's a seal that rides right here. Let's see if y'all can see where it's been riding. There's a seal inside that axle that rides right here, inside the axle housing. And then this slides into the differential. So when we go in, we got to be real careful not to punch up against that seal and knock it out. That is the trick. So I guess for today, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my wire wheel on my grinder and wire wheel this good and get it primed tonight. And then tomorrow I'll come back and I'll paint it. And then the next day, which will be tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday. Probably Thursday, we'll come back in and I'll be ready to reassemble. Hopefully by then I can find that seal, and I may go ahead and replace that little roller bearing if I can find it. So again, thanks for watching. And since this is part 3, stay tuned for part 4. And we'll have a 4-part series instead of a 3-part. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you can.